Hi there, Carpoolers. Welcome to the full-length podcast version of Carpool. All the bits that we couldn't fit in the broadcast version. Today's guest is fantastic. He really genuinely does have an international reputation, a proper one. He has his own series on HBO in the United States. He is very, very popular in his home country of Australia, and he's extraordinarily popular at the Edinburgh Festival. My goodness, he's sold out every single night, absolutely chock-a-block. He's got a big tour coming up in the autumn in the UK. It's really worth making the effort to go and see him. He's got DVDs out. He's a very busy man. He's a very popular man, and it's not surprising because he is brilliant. Please welcome into the passenger seat, Mr. Jim Jeffries. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Make yourself comfy. I've just been thinking about where I'm going to take you round up, so you don't have to say I've been up after the seat, but I've been round it.
We're going to go up near it.
We can go up. Yeah, we can go up near it. Yeah.
So we can enjoy a view.
We can probably go on the sort of armchair of his seat.
Don't you always feel that way about like views and stuff, though? I get it.
Yeah.
I know it's just going to be like this, but higher up.
Yes.
That's what I used to think about the Edinburgh Festival. It used to be Bristow Square. Used to be now that's where the big cow is and everything.
And that's where is that where you're performing?
I'm at McEwen Hall.
Are you?
Which is probably
Right.
1,000 seats.
Sorry.
1,400 seats.
Foolish of me to suggest you're in the small tent.
Bloody hell. I'm in a 130-year-old building, and they haven't had more vomit in it than... My show doesn't start till 10:30. The show's called Alcoholocaust tonight. We've got a lot of people who think that's a good sign to get really drunk.
Get really bladdered before
and
they come
so
in.
they actually have a what they call a vomit kit. Like you know what I mean? Like you have like a first aid bag.
Oh, I see.
Or something. But this is like a bag of sawdust and a dustpan and brush and a shovel. I'm averaging 2 or 3 a show. Like 1,000 people, so you're
someone's going to be feeling
late night on a Saturday. You're going to get some people who can't handle their grog.
Yeah.
But I'm just a blackout drunk. Me, I've never really been a vomiting one.
Right.
Blacking up, I said blacking up and not knowing what you've done.
That's interesting.
But no, blacking out and not knowing what you've done. Both of them have their perils.
I think I blacked up not knowing what.
Yeah, if you don't know what you've done, then if you do both at once. Then you got some trouble. Then you've got a few people to answer to. I've had that thing where once I think I was about 18. I was in university. I picked up a girl who was some Irish girl living out in Perth who was working as a nurse, and so they give the girls from the UK and Ireland, they give them accommodation inside the hospital, dormitories and stuff. So I go back to the dormitory in the hospital, and I'm so drunk, and I have sex with this girl. I'm 18 and everything, and then I leave this dormitory because it was on a single bed. And I go out to try and find a taxi, and I can't find one. So there's the grass sort of roundabout out the front of the hospital where you'd come in and drop people off, So I go out there and pass out in the middle of this roundabout. I wake up in the hospital slapped around. People think like I'm a heroin addict that their friends have dumped.
Wow. Oh, I see it.
And I'm going, I'm just having a sleep.
Leave me alone.
Like with the lights and everything. What day is it? What day is it? You know they do that.
Well, I'm impressed at you because I think that was always my failing. That's why I never didn't drink that much. Because if I was pissed, which has only happened to me a few times, there's no way I would have ever managed any form of sexual activity.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Because I'm a puker, so I'd have thrown up on her first.
I get nervous because I want to give up drinking, so I get nervous about the whole. How do you meet girls?
Right.
When you're sober.
When you're sober.
I don't think I've ever done it. I'm a fun drunk, and I think people go like, but you know what I mean? But how do you interact with another person to convince them to have sex with you? Right. I could see how you could do it over time.
Yeah, it takes longer.
Yeah. But like that instantaneous.
Right.
Let's get this done.
We've got a job to do. Let's get on with it.
Yeah. Let's get a relationship in 3 hours. Let's get the sex, the hate, the regret. Don't talk to me, and let's get it done. Because otherwise, all those steps
could go on for years. Yeah. I think now, looking back on my life, that is a very good attitude.
Yeah.
Much as I love my wonderful missus. 22, as she says, I'm very bad at doing it. 22 years.
Oh no, you've been married to her for 22 years.
Yeah. Well, we've been together for 22 years.
Yeah, right. I was about to go 22 years old. High five.
Yeah.
Well done. Good for you.
Yeah, been with her 22 years and she's 22 years old.
You got kids?
I do have kids, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes it all the worthwhile, right?
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. No, I'm very lucky, and it's all marvellous, and they're wonderful, and they're now teenagers, and they're just basically continuing to shred my life to pieces, with their various joyful activities.
My brother said something about his daughter once that really resonated with me. He just doesn't like any boys coming over to the house.
Right.
And I said, what do you mean? Like none of them? Not even, she can't even have a friend, or even like my nephew's friends. He doesn't like them coming over the house. And I said, why? And he goes, well, either they want to sleep with my daughter, and I don't want them in the house.
Yeah.
Right? Or they don't want to sleep with my daughter, and what type of weirdo is that?
Yeah. What's wrong with them?
Yeah,
Are you saying she's ugly?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I remember being that age. Like,
No.
I don't want that weirdo in my house.
Yeah.
Last night I had the Hearts manager, Jim Jeffries, came to my show.
Oh, did he?
So
right.
we have the big novelty. They did a newspaper photo with me.
Right.
And once you get over the fact that you have the same name, which is a very quick thing to get over with a person like...
It's not a massive shock.
We probably have similar signatures, eh? You know what I mean? like just like little weird things. But then he brought out a couple of the footballers. So I took them up to the Loft Bar, where all the comedians bar, the festival. Right. And I was introducing him to John Bishop and all the big. They didn't care. And then Jim Bowen was in there as well. Oh, they all went mental. They couldn't get enough photos of Bullseye. So it's a generational thing. Yeah. Like, I'd still freak out if I met Paul Hogan.
Yes.
I do have a Paul Hogan story. When I first moved to Hollywood, and you get this thing when you go in there and you meet people. I was meeting with this TV executive, and he's going, "Got any ideas for TV? What ideas you got? Got anything? You got anything? Got anything?" And I just went, well, I got this one idea and this and this. And I was telling him all these ideas that I'd actually written down.
Right.
None of them, he didn't like any of them. And then I was just making ideas up. You know that scene in Alan Partridge when he's like monkey tennis?
Yes.
I was doing that, and then I go, well, there's this other one that involves I live in Australia, my mum dies, and she's very wealthy, and I inherit a lot of money, and I find out my father, who's also Australian, who left us when we were young, lives out in America, and I go out to meet him, and it's a buddy comedy. He goes, okay, all right, and he goes, so who do you think would play your father in that? Who do you think would play your father? And I just thought of the only 65-year-old Australian comedian I've ever known.
It's working for me already, I can see it.
And I went, Paul Hogan? And the guy literally went like this. Bingo.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Right? And then talks to his assistant, like, Karen, can you get Paul on the phone for me, please? Paul Hogan. Okay, thank you. Then we sat there. And I'm going, I just made it up on the spot. And so Paul Hogan answers the phone like this, going, hello? He goes, hey, Paul, look, I know you don't want to do television. I know you don't like doing TV. But I got this hot young comedian, Jim Jeffries, and he's got an idea that he's written just for you. And I went, hello, Hogs. And he goes, well, send me over the script. Yeah, there'll be a script. So it's still not happened. I had a car accident with my Mustang, and it's still beaten up. It was just before I came out to the festival. Quite possibly the most embarrassing accident ever.
Right.
I was going to meet some people at the House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard. The parking lot, if you've ever been there, is a very steep, sort of little winding parking lot. Now, I'm on the TV a bit in America as well, so this even added to the embarrassment of the whole thing. There's all the people outside smoking. And I see my group, I went, oh, hello, and then I go to get out of my car, and the guy's going, valet, going, you have to give the keys, you can't park yourself. And so I get out, I give him the keys to turn around to see my car rolling down the hill in front of about 200 people standing at the front of this place.
It's quite a steep hill, isn't it?
It's a very steep hill. There was a wall, and there was a BMW and a Porsche, and I started praying for the wall, and I just saw my car just go smash into the thing, and everyone cheered. And someone yelled, Jim, you're a dickhead. Like when someone random you don't know can call you a dickhead on top of it.
And know your name.
Yeah. And so I was really embarrassed. But then I go down there and I back my car up off the thing. And I go to give him the keys. And the valet's going, no, you have to park this yourself now. So I saved myself $11 there.
Two things I really want to know. One is the bloody annoying YouTube clip, which I'm sure drives you mad, of you being punched on stage.
Sure. This is how I remember it. There was something earlier I may have said about something else that had already upset this guy. Also, I remember he was on a date, or he was with a girl that he liked, this young lad, and she wasn't having a good time.
Right.
And maybe he was the guy who was like convinced her to come out to the show, and it was all going to shit.
Yeah.
You know, and so he, in his mind, thought, all right, I'm gonna punch this guy in the head. But he waited another 5 minutes till he finished his beverage. He didn't, and then he just ran up and he started swinging. So the audience jump in.
Yeah, loads of people then
Loads of people just come in the stage. And then I go up to the dressing room. Now this show is, like 2006 or something, 2007.
Right.
And I go into the dressing room, and Michael McIntyre, before Michael McIntyre was famous, was the act on before me.
Right.
But I walk in, and all of a sudden Michael's watching Match of the Day like nothing happened. And he's not turning his head around. I've come in and Michael goes, so how did it go? How did your show go? And I said, not good, Michael. I got punched in the head. And he went, no one can follow me. He didn't even check how I was.
Wow.
There's a funny joke though. No one can follow me. He didn't feel sorry for me or anything. And then when the cops came. Then when the cops came and they said, well, can we please see the footage of it? And we went, yeah, this is the first time I'd seen the footage either, right? So we put it on. The cops are all laughing already. I'm in the black aisle again. And Michael pops his head around and goes, it doesn't disappoint! I had a guy from Finland last night in the bar wanting to punch my head in because he found the name Alcoholocaust offensive. Which is the name of my DVD.
Yeah.
It's just a funny word.
But why did he find it offensive? Because of Holocaust?
Because of Holocaust.
Oh, for goodness sake.
But it's, you know...
But I mean, the word Holocaust doesn't just refer to the Holocaust of the...
Well, see, this is the thing. That's my argument, is that you shouldn't even have the term the Holocaust.
No.
It was a Holocaust. It was a good one. You know, it was one of the best run.
Big, very well organised.
Yeah, very well organised one.
Bloody hell.
But it wasn't the only one. If you're an Aboriginal or an American Indian, be going, really?
Yeah.
You got the one, did you?
That's yours.
I'm sure I had more family than this.
Yeah.
And see, I don't think people know, if you want to destroy a comedian, it's easier than you might think.
Oh my God.
You know, people think they have to yell at something funny or something like that.
Yeah.
You just yell out, you're not funny, at a moment after a joke doesn't work, and it can destroy a person's soul. And I'm not saying do this.
Yeah.
But, you know, please don't. I shouldn't have given away the secret. But it's, you know, it's people always think they'll say something witty about your look, or, you know, if you've gained weight or something like that, they can say something. But also it's that whole point that, you know, we do have feelings as well. You know, I can't look at the internet anymore because I'll only focus on the bad.
Right.
If you read a YouTube clip where everyone's, this guy's the best comic in the thing, and then one thing would just be, I hope this guy dies, and he gets with it, and you're like, why would someone know?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I don't believe there's a person on earth who's a celebrity who's never Googled themselves.
Oh no, it's banned to. No. Yeah. Vanity Googling is fatal.
You have to. Yeah. I don't do it anymore.
No, I don't.
But I used to be an avid.
Yeah.
Now I'm ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Like I don't look at anything anymore. But still, even without looking at anything, you got things like Facebook and stuff where people can still find you and be nasty directly.
Yes. Yeah. Or because I use Twitter, and I had a great one the other day, which said Crichton was okay, but you're really dull. So then you go, well, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
Because Crichton was a fairly dull thing. He was like a robot.
He was a robot. He was a dull robot with groinal attachments. You know?
Yeah. I think at the moment though I'm not as good a comic as I used to be in certain aspects. In the thing that I used to be a very good club comic. Right. But then when you go off on your own and start playing theatres and all that, and you're just playing to people who automatically like you.
Yes.
You start doing jokes that they like, and then occasionally in Edinburgh, like I'll go and do a gig. The worst roller skater in the world
with the most padding.
Well, she needs it.
She does.
But she's got the 70s shorts and everything.
Oh my God, the shorts are a little.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. No,
she's dedicated though.
That's going to end in tears. That. So here's the venue here.
Yeah.
There's me big triangle there.
Look at that. Look at that.
eh?
We'll get that. I'm just going to go slowly. That'll be on.
Oh, that'd be a good driveway.
That was.
See, this one over here, someone has written an hour of spiteful, hateful misogyny. And then another person's come in and put 5 stars underneath. I know the joke they're getting into me this year about, and it's basically that every time I go to dinner or something, I don't, I know I pay for the meal every time.
Right.
Even in this day and age, I've never split a bill with a woman.
With a girl. Well, that's very gentlemanly.
Yeah, but I do that. They do the purse grab.
Right.
And then you go, no, it's okay. And then they're very quick to give up on that argument.
Yeah.
That argument, other arguments, they'll keep going for years.
Yeah.
But that one, they'll go, oh, let him have that one.
I don't need that much equality.
Yeah, exactly. So I still pay for drinks and all type of stuff and meals and I just said that I wouldn't mind being gay for a while. I wouldn't enjoy the sex. I would have to get through it, but at least occasionally I could split a bill.
Yeah.
Right? Right? And then I go, that's why gay people are happy and that's why lesbians are miserable because, they're both just sitting there at dinner going, I'm not going to pay for her.
Yes.
And everyone's going, oh, this is most misogynistic, blah, blah, blah. Prove me wrong and split the bill with me.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have that discussion with someone who's buying me a drink. How about that for a deal?
Oh, that's good. I'll just go there for now. Look at that.
All
So,
right.
you're near there, aren't you? Brilliant. Thanks so much, though. You're done.
Was that good?
I think it's brilliant. That's fantastic. Well, that was brilliant. As a certified whinging pom, I reckon that was fair dinkum, mate. Sadly, that's the end of the show, but please join me again next time on Carpool.